Good luck with the King of the Hill game, Yahazu. The match has been very confusing. Outer Wilds and Overwatch both happening at the same time, so it's so many OWs. Alrighty, let's see. Despite delaying the stream for an hour, I still have not actually set up the game capture, so give you a minute. Okay. Let's see. Primary monitor? There we go. That's the one. Next health break VOD link. I just started, but I will stretch. Sip some of my tea. Here's the jam page. There we go. All right. I know it's been a couple weeks since our last Jam 5 stream. Things have been busy, and then I also wanted to wrap up some of the other games I've been playing. But I did. I finally finished Lobotomy Corporation last weekend. So I should be able to wrap up Jam 5 over the next few weekends. So that's exciting. There are a lot of submissions. This is a big jam. But the winners were announced. So apologies if anyone is spoiled by this. But Helio Study, which we played last time, won first place. I think that's very deserved. That was an insane amount of content and polish for 2 weeks. The team did an amazing job. Everything is very playable. A lot of detail. The mechanics are very engaging. Fantastic mod. Our mod came in second, Eden's Hope. I am still shocked that it placed that high. I was honestly expecting a 4th or 5th place win at best. So I am very happy that the judges didn't judge its flaws too harshly. So yeah, that means we got a pretty good track record as far as jams go. Let's see. First jam, we tied for first place with Arcanum Adrift. It was our first jam mod back in January 2023. So it's been a little bit. Second jam, we did not place. The Survivors. It's probably one of the worst submissions in Jam 2. I think there was still, we had a lot of potential there, but there was a bunch of bugs and some horror elements that prevented a lot of people from enjoying playing it. So hopefully we'll go back and revisit that. But from then on, we got a pretty good streak. For jam, the third jam, we did Solar Rangers, which got third place, which was pretty fun. That one is, admittedly, I'm also kind of surprised by this one. There was a lot of work that went into it, but we were very much not really playing to the theme. The theme for this one was, does it mention somewhere? Yeah, community. And it was pretty much just, hey, we've already had this idea for making a space shooter in Outer Wilds for a while. We're just going to use this jam as an excuse to make it. So it wasn't really tied into the theme very much at all. It was fun. Still got third place out of that. And then, of course, fourth jam, the minimal text mod jam. We had first place with Dreambound, which was crazy to me, but people really, really like Dreambound, so I'm really happy about that. And then finally, for this most recent jam, like I said, Eden's Hope got second. So I'm very, very happy about that. I was not expecting a second place win. But yeah, so the other one, we obviously played Helio Study last time, but we have not played Cosmic Curators yet. And the fact that it got third place, and it was apparently very close in contention for second, means I'm very much looking forward to playing it. That's going to be very exciting. So I think we were playing these in basically reverse submission order, is what I've learned, which makes sense. I was just going off the order that's on the page. So So let's see. We did Missing Cake, Bright Spark, I believe. Actually, I'm not sure. I need to pull up my previous VODs. I think so. But, yeah. Hard for me to remember. Let's see. I put in comments on my previous playthroughs. Oh. Yeah, we did Cake, Bright Spark, Apollo's Planet, Catastrophe, Scale of the Universe, Power Fail, jumped ahead there, Project Arc, Radio Moon. And we skipped Eden's Hope, obviously. I do want to figure out a way to have someone else come on and stream a playthrough of Eden's Hope. I think that'd be cool. But we'll get to that when we get to that. I'll probably do that last after the other mods are done. Like a guest. And then for the second day, we did Helio Study, Can't Find My Cat, and Hearthian Parable. So we still have On a Rail, Diorama, Core Collapse, and Cosmic Curators, which I've heard are some of the longer ones. So I doubt we'll get to all of them today, but I at least don't have anything in the evening, I don't think, so I can go long today. Even though we did start an hour later than I sometimes start. Okay, so then let's get On a Rail queued up. So I need to disable the other mods that I was working on. No Wrong Warp, no Cheats mod. I think all these others are utility mods, those are fine. 3 or some 2 to 3 hours each at an average pace. Yeah, that sounds about right. Dreambound being worked on? Yes and no. I'm not gonna like formally announce anything because I'm me and I'm flaky, so who knows when, if ever, I'll finish and release anything on it. But I have been toying around with some ideas for a sort of sequel to Dreambound that also incorporates some elements from Root Access. Because I think Root Access is really cool and I want a sequel to those mechanics that actually uses them for puzzles. But I was not very good at communicating my intentions with that project, so I don't know if I still want to do the Root Access stuff. But yeah, that was the idea. But Wrong Warp is still the priority. We actually just had a big meeting for Wrong Warp this week, going over our whole story structure again and making sure we're still happy with it and everyone is on the same page. So hopefully we got another big burst of Wrong Warp progress coming up. I feel like it's going to be very disappointing when Wrong Warp actually finally releases, because we obviously did a lot of the design before we done a bunch of jam mods, and I think we've learned a lot about how to make Outer Wilds mods since we designed Wrong Warp. So I feel like people might be disappointed by it, but still, I think it's going to be cool to have another large-scale mod out there. But anyway, I was going to do On a Rail. Alright, and we got Mod Jam 5. I'm going to start with just the mods we played today for performance reasons, so we're going to start with just Rail enabled, and then as we play more mods today, we'll add them in. Alrighty, I think we're good to go. Oh, the mod loader's out of date? What changed? I guess that's fine. Thanks to the hydrate. I still have to go in and do my New Horizons testing for the sectoring stuff. I was going to do that earlier this week, and then our internet died because there was a power surge and our router just completely gave out, so I was without internet for 2 days. Couldn't work on anything. So maybe after stream tonight, I can finally sit down and actually work on Outer Wilds code. That'd be nice. Okay, game capture. Not Sonic Frontiers. That'll be tomorrow. There we go. Cinematic Unity Explorer. On a rail, let's go. Also, some of my channel point redeems are probably not working quite properly because of the router dying and me having to reset everything. I need to set up some servers and stuff that I use for some of the on-screen pop-ups. It's also why my usual ChatGPT AI companion person isn't here. Alrighty. I ping. On a rail, we've got a warp platform in the center. Warp cores. Got a bunch of empty warp cores. Interesting. Not sure those are decoration or puzzle element, but I guess we'll find out later. Okay. We're inside some kind of train, it sounds like. The Stellar Express. The Frost Car, the Locomotion, and the Spruce Caboose. Beautiful. NG. Alright, everything has been building up to this moment. Ready to launch in 3, 2, 1. Poyo! Countdown to the Poyo. All systems are online, the engine has started. Full steam ahead. Secure a stable orbit around this local system star. Now comes the challenging part. Here now, what did I miss? Not much. I just was going over the jam winners and stuff and talking about the Outer Wilds projects I've been working on. Yeah, we played none of these mods beyond the top 3. You want to see them for yourself, but have a good stream. Alright. Thanks for stopping by, Zen. And I hope you enjoy playing all the mods. Some of them are really good. Most of them are really good, honestly. Still the purple gas layer from Power Fail. You think so? I mean, it's definitely very visually striking. Now comes the challenging part. Yes, yes, I've done it. All the planets are now following the train's orbit. I successfully put a system on rails. I knew it could be done. So, for all the people who didn't get the joke, there is a in-joke in the modding community that because all the planets in Outer Wilds are actually simulated with gravity physics to orbit the star, or moons orbiting their respective planets, they're not on rails. They can fall off of their intended orbits, and it would have been so much easier if the developers had just put all the planets on rails. So it's a whole in-joke about in the community, oh, why don't you just put everything on rails? And people are going like, no, you can't do that. That's a bad idea. So someone literally made a mod about planets being on a rail. Which is very amusing. Okay, I like the purpose-made model here for the train. I actually like carved out holes for the up and down force fields. That's cool. And there's like a modified piece of like the... Oh, maybe not. I was gonna say it looks like the warp core holder on the vessel, but no, I think this is custom, probably. There's like the engine shooting at purple beams behind it. Yeah, it looks really cool. These are definitely Know My Vessel textures, but the actual model work looks very custom, which is very cool. And you got the whole spinning engine wheels and everything. Okay, but it is just like a Know My Escape pod on the front. That works. But it's been extended and modified. That's pretty cool. Good way to reuse assets in creative ways. The smokestack. Can you go into the smokestack? Oh, you die. It's ghost matter. Cool. That makes sense. Alright. Cool. I love a good custom asset set piece. Gotta wait for a minute for everything to reload. There he goes. Yeah, the sound effects of something getting slotted into a mechanism somewhere. That's probably a New Horizons item thing, I would guess. At long last, my work has come to fruition. There are two things I need to take care of before it's truly complete. I need to finish my work on the immense source of power for warp functionality. I'm going to prepare this at Locomotion's refinery. Should show this mod to Nono. He likes trains, I think. Yeah. That's true. I should send a screenshot of this to him and be like, hey, look. Trains. The coordinates leading back to my clan's vessel need to be updated to their current position. I'll simply drop by the Spruce Caboose to find out where my clan is after I prepare the warp. My 2 weeks are almost up. Can't wait to see the looks on their faces when I show them what I've accomplished here. So he had 2 weeks. He had to make a power source for warping on Locomotion's refinery. And on Spruce Caboose, there's something for finding his clan's warp coordinates, I would assume. Okay. The fuel leak has been detected in the main corridor. Running system diagnostics, fuel reserves 98%, structural integrity 99.98%, fusion status fully operational. The main corridor to the engine room has been sealed to prevent further breach of containment. Remember to wear adequate equipment when dealing with hazardous materials. Okay, so the fuel is leaking. It's the ghost matter. Does the fuel reserve link up to the 20-minute loop? Good question. I don't know if that counts down or not. It's still at 98. But we can check later. Okay. So there is an engine room that we don't have a way to get into yet, but I feel like that's going to be important somehow. Can I launch a probe into there? Yes, but it gets stuck. Yeah, there's definitely a room in there, though. I'll have to find some way of getting past that, presumably. Anything else on the exterior here? It's moving really fast. I keep floating away from it. It's like the sun station. Yeah, I don't see any like openings or anything, which makes sense. These are like the things coupling the planets together. Oh, that pushes me out. So that's a way to launch me to the engine then. Okay, I'll try just landing directly. Planet said no. Yep. Ship log updated. Cool. Let me not get sucked off the planet yet. Anything else to see here? I see it's an interloper-style ice planet. I don't see anything else on the surface here. That's very suspicious. I assume there's some way to melt the ice. I'll double check the poles, other than the ones that have the train coupling. There is a grate here. Oh. Ah. Okay. I thought I might slam into the wall there. Okay. There is a interloper ghost matter geode down in there. There is a warp receiver, you're right. need to actually land on a surface. There we go. And there's a... looks like a projection stone and a projection stone wall. There's a force field going up from inside there. There's some caves over there. Of course, lots of ghost matter. Okay, and a projection pool as well. Okay. A lot of stuff going down in there. I'll have to figure out how to warp to it. Like how we can still hear the locomotive from all the way out here. It launch me to the next one. The locomotion. I do enjoy the puns. Okay, let's try not to die on impact here. Oh, no. Don't want to get sucked off this one. Okay, good. Okay. I don't like that that's Dark Bramble music. And the sound of the anglerfish. Is there an anglerfish in the water? There are anglerfish in the water. No! No. I don't like that. Oh. Now, do they actually behave like anglerfish? Or are they just following set paths here? Actually, move instead of staying at the same spot until they notice you, yeah. And it's fun. I'm afraid of, like, jumping up, because it seems most of them are, like, swimming above the ground surface. But I also don't know what I'm looking for here. At least we're not using any fuel. I don't know why you can hear the train. How loud is that thing? Very loud. Apparently sound can propagate through space in this universe. Okay, there's a surface here. Some kind of pillar. Here we are. I say this had also water, which is very much not good at propagating sound. Technically, water is actually is pretty good at propagating sound. The problem is the water-air barrier specifically does not. And it's like whale songs can travel so far. Okay, I got a scroll, but I don't know where it goes. This will be on the lookout for another structure somewhere.
User death imminent.
I'll get eaten by an anglerfish? Okay, I guess we'll find out what it does. It warps us, apparently. Wrong anglerfish. Welp. I don't think we were supposed to be here yet. 1 in 20 chance. Well, I don't know. I feel like, should I honor the sequence break, or should I just kill myself here? Can I even kill myself here? I don't think this is actually ghost matter. But nice reuse of the Ash Twin project. I'm hitting yourself hard, that's true. It's gonna take a bit. accidentally learned that there is an anglerfish that will warp us to whatever this place is. Yeah, I don't even know if I can jump high enough to hurt myself now. And there's oxygen in here. But eaten by another fish, that's true, I can return. There we go. Crunch. Alright, so I have no idea what was different about that one anglerfish, but I guess that's a puzzle solution. Beat you to death with the rock? I don't know if he did. I think only Ernesto beats people to death with rocks. Okay, well, let's head back then. Let me take my ship this time. That'll be a little bit easier to fly around in. Use less jetpack fuel. And the fish can eat your ship? That's impressive. I guess it is just kill volume, presumably. Okay. So there is a text wall. So let me leave a scout there to mark it. There we go. So this was a warp power source, so it makes sense that there would be an Ashwin project related to it. So I think those are the only things on this surface here. The scroll, the campfire, and the text wall. Okay. Look. I'm not going to be able to land on this thing necessarily, but I can just get it to where I'm not actively falling into the water. There we go. Close enough. Or not. No, okay, I can grab the scroll. That works. That campfire is suspicious. I wonder if there's another timing-based puzzle in this one. So I learned that the landing camera mode actually makes the ship physics work differently. It was very important for making the Neuropilot mod work. I hate being here. I hate being here. But I don't really have a choice. I can't spare any time for apprehension. Locomotion's the only place I can do this. Wishpur's caboose had a spacious spot, but I can't really refine ghost matter while being so close to the train. Yeah, I've scouted the waters and located the perfect spot to build a refinery. A spacious cavern. Fish here don't seem to be interested in it. I can at least have some sanctity within. Object. I have finished a cursory version of the refinery. I do need to be quick after all. I don't know how much time I have before they come looking for me. Water's been pumped out, and I've installed an airlock to permit entry. Sending water to reduce the effects of ghost matter, but I don't need it completely dissipating. Yeah, so water reduces the effects of ghost matter, we know that. And he uses it to refine the ghost matter, I guess. And sealed off the cavern completely. Sand kept getting into the airlock, and it's less frustrating to just use some standard warp cores to get in and out. Even if the entrance I now have to use is slightly unorthodox. Okay, so yeah, that's just pointing us to finding that one anglerfish. I guess let's try to find it legitimately then. Is there anything that's different about one of these anglerfish? they all have sparkles around the white hole? Or not the white hole, the lights? Yeah, that might just be like post-processing or something. It's all look normal to me. This one on a fixed path while the others just move around? Could be. I feel like they all might be on fixed paths, but maybe not. They look like they're following some kind of spline. Let's just pass right through each other. Expect one to have like a different light, or not play their animations or something. That's the right one, but what's different about this one? It's playing the animation, the light looks the same. It's still following a path. What's different about you? I honestly can't tell. It looks like a normal anglerfish to me. I don't think there's a signal for it. I mean, I can check with the scout, I guess. Spruce Caboose projection stone. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Planet surface. I don't think that teaches us anything in particular. There's probably text associated with it. Rushed car. Yeah, this is down inside there. Yeah, I think we saw this before. Okay. Oh. My 2 weeks are almost up. In a rash attempt to get the new advanced warp core done as quickly as possible, I took minimal precautions. But having you brought a custom projection stone to one of the vanilla places, unfortunately it wouldn't work. They are hard-coded to only work at specific locations, which is disappointing. So there's always a specific wall that it's supposed to be used at. Because the way it works is that when you put in the projection stone, it activates text on that wall. The text doesn't come with the stone. Yeah, that was one thing I wanted to do because I actually worked on the implementation of projection stones in New Horizons. I don't think I did the final version, but I helped a little bit when they were talking through the design, and I wanted to make it so that it would work on any wall, but I don't think we did. This was to follow safety procedures. I know how to properly handle ghost matter. I even learned how to become temporarily immune to it. What good does that information do for me when my arm's pinned down? An explosion occurred while trying to channel the power into the core. I'm unable to pull it out on my own. My clan will have to find me. It's never against the idea of cooperation. I just needed some time alone. Signal blocker should stop in a few days like I prompted it to. Good thing I had the foresight to set that up for emergencies like this. Just have to wait. It can last a little while. Pain will make it feel like an eternity, though. Perhaps I can twiddle my non-pinned limbs to pass the time, or at the very least take my mind off it. It's been a couple days. Arm still hurts, so I can't get it unstuck. But I'm being proactive regardless. Using my remote drone to retrieve equipment and supplies. Can't carry much since its main use is for scouting. I have nothing but time to spare. Surely the signal blocker stopped by now. It has to have been at least a week now. They must have heard the signal by now, they must have. Can't gather any more supplies. My remote drone got chewed on by an anglerfish. If only I was able to catch one to chew on in revenge. Would it be disgusting? Most definitely. Wouldn't even be able to roast it. But it's starting to become more appealing by the second. Their constant groans are only making things worse. I don't know how long it has been. I can't see the sun, and I have no means with which to gauge the time. What I do know is this: my clan isn't coming for me. Supplies I accrued are dwindling, even after rationing them. Salt water I've been using to keep the ghost matter at bay with is starting to run out. At this rate, I'll have to start using my drinking water instead. I'm not sure whether the ghost matter will kill me first by dehydrating me, or ironically by quenching my thirst. I've begun considering removing my arm. I do not have proper medical equipment. I only have what I use to mine for resources on Spruce Caboose. I can't exactly chisel myself out with that injury. I cannot ascertain whether it would be better to wither away in here or suffer complications from the amputation. Either sound like promising options. The decision has been made. I can't bring myself to do it. I just wanted to be useful. I just wanted to make a significant contribution. I just wanted to build a train. Perhaps everyone knew all along and I simply refused to see. Maybe trying to put a system on rails was an idea doomed from the start. Hypothesis confirmed. Damn. Gonna try to build a system on rails, apparently. That's the moral of the story. Gathered enough ghost matter crystals here on Frostcar. I've also managed to finally get my hands on one of the larger crystals from the core. Smaller crystals are being refined on locomotion and will be used as the main source of power for the train. Honestly, everyone saying that ghost matter can be an extremely volatile substance hasn't really seemed to consider the industrial applications of the stuff. The larger crystal is also being taken to locomotion, but will instead be used for a new advanced warp core I have been designing to surpass our current warp technology. I find it strange that we have been using the same old tech for thousands of years. It's as old as Tales of Eskal's clan. I wonder what Anona would think of my design. So I don't want to jeopardize my success by falling to my death, I decided to block off entry to the core. I won't be needing to go back down, but I will eventually need to come back here for the smaller crystals. Entropy and all that it entails, you know how it is. Update. The large crystal I've chosen isn't potent enough, so I've returned for another. Future reference, the first turn after entering the ice tunnels leads directly to the core. The first turn after entering the ice tunnels leads directly to the core. Think of it, the tunnels blocked by ghost matter seem to be the most direct route to it. That's going to be important. We haven't been to the ice tunnels yet, but that sounds like an important clue for how to traverse them. There are tunnels with ghost matter that lead directly there, but we need water to be able to pass through them safely. Alright, Spruce Caboose. Update on the current situation. I just lost a warp core. In the process of sealing off Locomotion's refinery, and I brought one of the Whitehole cores by leaping to the planet. I hit a patch of land. On an ocean planet. Not quite the splash I was hoping to make. I'm in pain. Now, I didn't break anything, I think. I lost grip of the core, and I'm not about to go back to swimming with the fishies to find it. Or can I spare the time to, and grab another to use instead? If I had to guess where it was, based on the ocean current, probably the South Pole. I'm not about to go digging in the sand because A, I hate sand, B, I hate the fish, and C, I don't have time for that. Fortunate enough that I didn't end up losing the black hole warp core instead. What a pain that would be. Update. It would seem the universe has it out for me and my big mouth. Wait, I'm not talking, I'm writing. Me and my big hands? No, that sounds dumb. Okay, so he's lost a white hole and a black hole core. The white hole is on the south pole of the fish area. Alright, and then there's There's a ghost matter based advanced warp core here. Ghost matter core. I don't know what this does. I guess we'll find out. But it's not the Ash Twin project. Oh. Concerning. And core's the matter ghost. Exactly. What else would it do? Okay, South Pole in the water. Is this... I'm not seeing warp core down here. Like, huh? Already holding ghost matter core. Oh, it's in the sand. Got it. Okay. So we got a ghost matter core, we've got a regular warp core. I assume they're not both around here. That'd be too easy. Yeah. Cool. Alright, I don't know what we need these for yet, but we know that we have them and where they are. Good to know. I guess we should check another planet for more details. I assume we'll need to replace the core on the Express or something, maybe. Okay, Spruce Caboose. Got a tower here. Can I land on it? Oh, that's weird. I can't thrust. Okay. That looks like some kind of signal. Distress signal. Emitter thing. There's the ship computer. And I did mention this is where they were gonna look for the clan's location. Okay, I see gravity crystals. There must be some way to walk into here from another spot. And there's a scroll in there too. Okay, there's a ghost matter cave. I assume it's unsafe to enter. Let me get out and take a look though. I am enjoying the custom planet meshes. Always a fan of that. Lots of good rock placements and stuff too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure all the openings here are unsafe. Okay, but there's a watery hole in the center. So once again, there's probably a path up from beneath. Oh, speaking of paths up from beneath, there is an obvious path up from here. Okay. Weird sort of spiral staircase, except it's walking up the wall. Whoa! Ouch. Okay. Of course it can't be that easy. Okay, so there's ghost matter all through this. I think you're right. I think there might be a little bit of ghost matter here. You could be lying, but I think the evidence of my eyes is pretty clear here. Okay, so it's not that easy. There's some way to be protected from ghost matter. We'll need to figure out what that is. I can, like, carry water with me or something. Well, if my eyes are also lying, then we're getting into a philosophy that about our inability to perceive the true reality, and therefore reality is inherently subjective, and I think that opens a whole can of worms. Ah, so this is how we get inside here. Sneaky, sneaky. Locomotion projection stone. That's gonna be important. Hole in the middle of the pit. Yeah, maybe. Now, isn't this something I wish I had known earlier? Just mining this pillar for resources to build the train when I discovered there was an aquifer right above me. Of course, shortly thereafter, the entire upper portion of the pillar broke. I was unharmed, but a little shaken, being pushed around by the ensuing flood. In my senses, I realized I was standing in a patch of ghost matter. I wasn't writhing in burning agony. Too long after being bewildered by this, it very much started to burn, as most come to expect. Why did it take so long to start hurting me? Seems I have accidentally discovered a means to achieve temporary immunity to the effects of ghost matter. By being completely drenched with water, I can freely touch it without worry. Frankly, I'm still going to be anxious standing in a cloud of ghost matter, considering all that's between me and a certain death is soggy garments. Further testing shows that I have about 1 minute after climbing out of water to use my newfound invincibility before I dry off. Update. I've reminded myself the hard way that water vaporizes quickly in the vacuum of space. Ouch. Something like that on a wall when you threw the scout, that makes sense. Okay, well, it seems we have discovered the secret, though. They've made it so that if we are submerged in water, we are still affected by ghost matter, but we don't actually take damage. I see. And if we fly into space, we lose it. I assume that would also include flying with the ship. So given that, we should be able to do this. Yeah, okay. And I wouldn't have discovered that by accident, because I always assume when the effects start that I'm taking damage, but technically I wasn't. Reverse beacon, one-way frequency. Whoop. Stop that. Running system, one-way signal blocker. Notice, your No My distro is outdated. Certain functions may be unavailable, such as the remote access of coordinates. Approximate transmission coordinates may still be retrieved on-site at the coordinate relay. There, scheduled automatic cessation of one-way signal blocker following user inputted time of 3 weeks has failed. Please contact your system administrator. Yeah, his signal blocker did not in fact turn off. That is unfortunate. Okay, well I need to know where this projection stone leads, I think. Are there any projection stone walls on this planet? And we'll come back for that scroll after. Ah, would you look at that? Text walls over here. Is there a projection? There isn't. Okay. There are warp platforms, though. And there's a lot of stuff here. A lot of scrolls. We finally cleaned up the crash site. All the places in the universe to wind up, this is an idyllic spot. That said, I'm surprised that No My Tech was already here before I showed up. Well, maybe not. Our clans are everywhere. It's rare that someone might show up and start asking questions, but it seems that no one's around this particular star. On further inspection, there seems to be a derelict vessel in the distance. something happened in this particular clan? Surely we would have heard something about something like that. It's not every day a clan chooses to abandon a vessel. Well, perhaps I might relate to the last bit. Anyway, I've covered my tracks to the best of my ability. For now, I'll rest, and in the morning my project begins. This is when he first arrived here. Is this a projection thing? It is. Okay. Now, where did I put that stone? Hold on, we gotta shuffle things around here. That goes there. So much know my text to read. Okay. Empty on the current situation. Lost a warp core. Yep. White hole fell in the water. South Pole. Missing black hole core. Right, because these are the same stones that were inside the other place. You're setting up tractor beams on Spruce Caboose, Locomotion, and Frostcar. Once the train is complete, the beams will remain on indefinitely to keep the planets aligned and in tow. Of course, since they give away my presence quite easily, I'll keep them off for now and enable them temporarily to move between the planets. Now that I've acquired the materials I need for construction, I'll make way for Frostcar to get my limbs on ghost matter. Tricks I've learned here should prove useful. Fleeing myself to Frostcar will not suffice. Not even having a ship would help. No worries, I've a solution to work around this. Seems that while the exterior Frostcar is exposed to the vacuum of space, the ice tunnels beneath the sunward side appear to have some sort of atmosphere within. So, ice tunnels on the sunward side have atmosphere. I think that was the opening that we saw. Use my warp cores to transport the ghost matter to Locomotion. As I only have one black hole warp core, I've constructed a warp receiver within Frostcar. Conveniently, the cores I'm using for these warp pads do not require an alignment window to function. Quite the time saver, but the question has to be asked, why hasn't anyone implemented this sooner? Good question. Okay. My suspicions were correct. That vessel is abandoned. No one's shown up, not that I mind. It's in my best interest that I remain alone. I found some things they left behind. Materials, mostly. It's quite a boon. The less resources I have to gather, the faster I can get this done. Should note that I've also found a couple of warp cores laying around. This is excellent, because my first idea for getting to the other planets was just going to be flinging myself to them when the orbits align. Granted, I still first need to actually get to the planets to establish warp pads. Jumping is not entirely out of the question. Unfortunately, I only have one black hole warp core. If I had the time or the means to reach it, perhaps I could get more cores from the derelict vessel. They built this warp receiver on this planet, after all. Okay, so there are warp cores on the vessel, such as the black hole warp core that we're going to need to activate these platforms. Update. I'm going to deconstruct the warp receiver here and move it onto the train. For now, it'll just lead to the vessel. Now that I can get there anyway, and I'll be able to make use of it eventually. There is a warp receiver on the train that leads to the vessel. Perhaps I could fling myself there. No, that'd be ridiculous. Fling yourself to the derelict vessel. Indy's presentation. Systems on rails. For a long time, my clans have been using vessels to explore the universe. Every 10 years, festivals happen where everyone gathers to share knowledge, to learn a whole bunch of different things. There hasn't been a lot of transportation innovations since we all use warp cores to move around. Our vessel is nice and comfy, but I like it when I get to explore the planets we visit. I get bored of seeing the same white and silver colors and not the weird and wacky organic stuff. Here's my idea. Make a space train. There's all the stuff the vessel has, but we get to have home planets in tow. We can pick up more planets or swap them out to anything, really. It'd be efficient. So what do you guys think? Cool idea, right? Guys? They were not impressed with the train plan, it seems. Okay, so we've got broken warp core here. Warp core does not fit. No. Hey, Carrick, how's it going? And there's Ghost Matter. Looks like we're about out of time in the loop 2. Let me come up here and grab what we need. And there's another scroll here we haven't read yet. Ah. That just does not feel right at all. Okay. Gotta go fast. We're running out of time. I finally have the opportunity to be on my own. I've been planning to do this for a while now. I just need to wait for the right conditions. Ever since my younger days, I know and appreciated my dreams of space trains, being the next big thing for my kind. I'm planning to get away from my clan to build it all myself. Every time I've ever brought up the fact that I like trains, the others have grown like they'd heard it 1,000 times before. I suppose they have, from me. I knew it could be done. I simply needed planets that were small enough, with at least one of them containing ghost matter for use as an energy source. But no one wanted to assist me, or at the very least supervise me. Come with excuses like, it'd be dangerous to experiment with ghost matter, or what about preserving the planets for potential future species? There's no way we've made so many technical advances without incurring some amount of risk. Identifying this particular system for meeting my specifications, I quietly hijacked one of the escape pods from my vessel and managed to leave undetected. To prevent my clan from finding and stopping me before I finish construction, I've set up this one-way signal blocker. It'll make it harder for them to track me down, and it'll still let me get back to them once they finish the train's warp functionality. It won't stop them from looking for me. I covered my tracks as best as I could and cleared the crash site. 2 uninterrupted weeks is all I ask. Please let this buy me enough time. Yeah, bad news about that. Okay. So I can get the white hole core. That would make this a warp receiver. I need a black hole core. Okay. But there's a warp pad on the train that leads to the derelict vessel. And I can't pass through there because of the ghost matter, but if I can get my scout on there, my scout should be able to use the warp pad to teleport to the vessel. And that will let me find a black hole core that I can bring back to that warp pad to use it. Okay, is it down here then? If I get it down the exhaust pipe? No, there's a grate there. And there wasn't another opening up here, was there? Close enough. Yeah, so this is sealed off. Ah. So here's the warp receiver. Wait, this goes back to the, to Ping's vessel, right? Wait, is that what he's referring to? The central station? Were those black hole cores? I thought they were all broken cores. I guess we'll double check. And I remember there being all those scattered warp cores on the floor. On the platform. I think getting in here means using the warp pad on the caboose. We've explored everything on locomotion, I think. We do the advanced core, or ghost matter core, which I don't know what we need for it yet. And we're dead. Okay, we got a lot of puzzle pieces. Need to start figuring out how to connect them together. I'm not stuck yet, so I'm not going to review the ship log yet. I'm like trying to figure it out on my own first. Thanks to the hydrate. Okay. Yeah, are any of these working black hole cores? One is, aha! And they scattered all the other broken cores just to throw you off and assume that they're all broken. That's fun. I was thinking there was another vessel around somewhere, but no. It's just this. Okay, so I need to get this over to the caboose. We'll see if we can do it without the ship. So a little bit of gravity slingshotting here. There we go. Then... whoop. Ah! Okay, that hurt a lot. Poof. Okay, but we can put this here. But the white hole, or the receiver, I guess, needs the white core. Okay, I see. So that's fixed, but it's not fully fixed. The gravity here is pretty strong, relatively speaking. Yeah, 1.5 times. I think I can faintly hear the anglerfish. Maybe that's just the train. Okay, so where is the white hole platform that we need to install a core in? And the beacon was pretty loud. Okay. Trying to get eaten by an angler. Alright, so I got a white hole core. Where does this go to, though? Back to Spruce Caboose. Whoops. I don't think there's another platform on this planet. That wouldn't make any difference anyway. I think it's probably on the ice planet. Because I think we did see there was a white warp platform in there. But how do we get down into there to be able to do that? I don't see any openings there. Oh, there are interloper style cracks over there. those open up at any point? Aha! Yeah, so we got the standard interloper interior actually, minus the closing glass. Okay, so they said the first turn, I think. It would be here. It goes for a while. I'm just going around in circles, is it? Oh. What? And I just accidentally fall into ghost matter there? Maybe. I'll try that again. Yeah, seems like they want me to do this without the ship. Or at least they've made it possible to do it without the ship, so sure. So we take this to the caboose. It's probably the hardest planet to land on. Since it doesn't have any smooth surfaces, really, to slow ourselves on. And like real life, you can't use the trees to brake, because you'll just break your limbs in the process. Oh. Can't look at the next go-around. Whew, okay. That was actually relatively smooth. So that's installed. Now we need to get off here. Where is the warp? Not the warp, the beam, there we go. Tractor beam. Whoosh. So now we can go to the South Pole and grab the white warp core. I assume this is the South Pole. Hard to say. Say the South Pole or the North Pole. It's the North Pole. Backwards, okay. Easy enough, small enough planet. Okay, then we'll just use photo mode instead of the scout then. Just scout out the tunnels. Alright, white warp core. I think this leads back to Caboose, probably, yep. Okay, cool. I should be able to just circle around here. Keep an eye on my fuel usage. Use this to brake a little bit. Not too much. Too much. slowly descend. So this is the side with the window. We want to go to the other side. With the opening. There we are. Avoid that. Your right side. Right side again. Oh, left side. Oh, this way. Okay, I'm in. And there's the warp pad. Okay, so now we can warp from Spruce Caboose to Frostcar without traveling through the vacuum, which means we can douse ourselves on Spruce Caboose to be wet and immune to ghost matter, then come here to pass through some ghost matter somewhere. I don't know where. Ghost matter detected nearby, but I don't see any. Except for down there, presumably. Not even down there. Okay. It was quite the trip. Yeah, ghost matter crystals gather in Frostcar. One of the larger crystals on the core. Small crystals are refined there. Advanced warp core, yep. Yeah, okay. No new information there. Is there any new information in here? Not really. This. Okay. Then I guess we need to head back to Spruce Caboose. These warp pads are not bi-directional. There's nothing else of note in here. So I gotta make this trek all the way back out. Okay. And I'm almost out of jetpack fuel. That might be an issue. That will almost certainly be an issue. Oh, come on. No. I can't get over this hump. Well, I guess we're dying here. That's unfortunate. There's no oxygen in here. Okay, we're not telling the truth about that one. Is that a scroll floating there? Yeah. So no my scroll in there. Leave your scout on the sending warp pad. Does it automatically trigger when you turn this one on? Oh, probably, yeah. suffocated. It's an easy way back, yeah, if we can trigger the return warp. We'll try that. That's a good idea. 'Cause, man, that's a process. Which I guess I shouldn't be too surprised by. Tunnel's very long, yeah. It doesn't seem like it's exactly the interloper either. I assumed it was copied from the interloper, but it seems to have been heavily modified if it was. So the layout's not the same. Okay, I'm gonna take this ship actually. Just because slingshotting between planets is totally doable, but it takes a while. Too easy if it was the exact same model, yeah. I appreciate that. Appreciate that it's not just the Ash Twin project and the interloper copied. Okay. I wonder if they're actually on a rail with the their positions being set directly, or if they are still actually orbiting properly. And just lore-wise, they're on a rail. Important distinction. Okay, and alright, I wanted to leave Scout here. Let me get out and place it directly. I don't trust it. There we go. That should work. Now to locomotion. I did not recall it by force of habit. Yeah. There's that. Because I did want to use it to be able to see the path through the ice. Oh. That's going to be a problem. Use photos without calling the Scout? No, it's the same functionality. So I'm just gonna have to try to remember the path. Which I didn't think about until just now, but that's how it's gonna be. We're not at the South Pole, that's why it's not working. What am I doing? Like the VOD noted down. Well, that's cheating a little bit. I think there are only like 2 or 3 actual splits that I need to worry about. So it shouldn't be too bad. It's not actively forbidden by the rules and it's not cheating. I suppose that's true. Technically speaking. Okay. So now to Frostcar. Other side. Alright, sunward side, they mentioned that. Yeah, if it's not written in the rules, then it's not a rule, it's true. Okay. So we go left first. And I think right. And I think right again, because that leads down the same path we already looked at. It's basically just always down the circular openings, not the narrower rectangular ones. There we go. See? No problem. Okay. And now it's active, so we can use the return warp. Okay. Huzzah. So now what am I doing? I need to... Exactly how you hoped it did. Yep. Beautiful. So now I'm wet, so now I have a minute. I don't know where I'm going yet, but we'll figure it out. Oh, I need to go down this other corridor, but that's fine, we can just go fast. I do have this guy now too, that's true. Down this path. There we go, okay. Made it to the core. Is there anything in here other than the scroll? No. Cool. So what is this all-important scroll? Oh. There we go. Is there a scroll wall here? There is not. But I can warp back here. If it's a rickroll, that would be crazy. Okay, that was quite the adventure. I may have made it slightly convoluted for myself getting back to Frostkar's core, but at least I have a quick way to deal with ghost matter. Speaking of which, now that the train is up and running, I've made a much-needed change to put the minds of the others at ease when I rise it back to show it off. Even after going through the refinement process of locomotion, the fuel made of ghost matter still leaves trace amounts of the more hazardous bits lingering in the air. Turns out the stuff even lasts in the vacuum of space. It's coming right out of the train's whistle. To prevent the train from pumping ghost matter fumes out everywhere, I set the train to blow its whistle every 2 minutes. The whistle is already continuously pumping out steam to counter the ghost matter fumes, but keeping it contained by spending a little extra water now and then to make it completely dissipate is worth it. Okay, so the whistle is pumping out steam to counter the ghost matter fumes, but we spend a little extra water to make it dissipate. The train from pumping ghost matter fumes out everywhere, so the train to blow its whistle every 2 minutes. So when the train blows its whistle, I think the ghost matter in the whistle is safe to travel through. I think that's what it's saying. We can try it. See if we can get back to the ship. We're going a little bit fast, but you know, such is life. Like I said, a little bit fast. Just a bit. I love the physics in this game. Just so satisfying. Okay. That was a whistle right there. Like it right now. Nope. Okay. That may have been too late. I think the sound effect had stopped for a few seconds. But I think we're on the right track. Okay, if you gotta do a timing puzzle, that's a good way to do it. It's not constantly... It's not like you have to wait 20 minutes for a 30-second gap. It's on the right track. Okay, I didn't even mean for that to be a pun, but it is a pun, isn't it? Okay, I'm not fast enough. Can't even see the ghost matter through here. Yeah, there's an opening there. So we just gotta chill out here for 2 minutes and try to run through while the whistle's blowing. I feel like if I go back inside, I'm gonna miss the window. So we'll give it a second. 2 minutes isn't that long of a time, honestly. There's 11 of those timing windows in the loop, presumably. This is cool. I like this mod quite a lot. Definitely put it in the top half of the mods, for sure. I think everyone's always just more critical of their own mod, generally, but I feel like I definitely say this is on par with ours. Okay, it's blowing. Yeah, okay. Alright, and of course there's a spot for a warp core, so we know what we have to do there, but let's see what else we can find out in here. So we'll get the core from the ocean and come back later. Prepare the socket for the new advanced warp core here in the engine room. Once it's finished, I'll be ready to take the train on its inaugural warp back to my clan. Placing the advanced warp core, the coordinate interface will rise up from the floor. All I need to do is enter the correct coordinates from the coordinate relay and we're off. Oh yeah, where's the coordinate relay? That I don't know. I forgot about that step. Emergency escape hatch, yep. Classic. Okay. What is the relay then? I don't see any other bodies in this system. What was the right anglerfish? I still don't know what the trick is to identifying it. Other than just sending the scout out repeatedly until we find it. Not that one. Not that one. One's moving fast. I don't think it's that one though. Not that one. Are really 20 of these guys? Wow. I'm gonna accidentally fly into one and die. It's not on one of the poles, is it? It's not that easy. I mean, it can't be random, right? It's gotta be a specific one at a specific location. I have no idea which one. Where? Everything's been so far, it'd be very weird if one was luck-based, yeah. I feel like there's a clue I missed somewhere, or didn't understand properly. At least they don't actually like go aggro. That would be terrifying. Just moving on set paths. expected to be like around one of the landmarks or something. But they seem to just kind of take random paths. Pseudo-random paths. I'm gonna have to suffocate in here. Is there oxygen on this planet? There it is, okay. And I don't know. Didn't have this much trouble last time. What is your deal? There's something that sets you apart, but I don't know what. Your path doesn't seem particularly unique. Oh. Okay. Cool. Does that still have a a crushing volume, even though it's got a warp volume too? Sure. I still don't get it. I mean, at least we don't have to do the whole warp core shuffle again. We just need to get the coordinates and then the warp core. What is the relay? There's something floating out in the stars somewhere here that we can't see. It's just a location on some planet somewhere that we haven't been to. Let's see. Stellar Express, a refinery, coordinates, engine room. We have not been to the refinery? I thought that was the interior of the locomotion. What are we missing there? Train needs a power source from Locomotion's refinery to enable warp functionality. Yep, ghost matter crystals are harvested from Crossguard and refined at Locomotion. Refinery is built in a cavern within Locomotion. How did I get in here? Found an advanced warp core containing ghost matter. Yeah, done all that. Why is there still more to explore there? Unlost warp core. Yeah, they're anglerfish. Yeah. Which anglerfish? Apparently, Nenji's clan are available somewhere on Spruce Caboose. Found a signal on Spruce Caboose. That's right, I forgot about the signal. What am I doing? One-way frequency, there we go. Where's the other location? There it is. Oh. I completely forgot we learned the signal. Just probably pointing to some cloaked thing out there. Oh, almost had it. Where'd it go? There we go. That would be where we find the coordinates, presumably. Yep. Sure enough. Well, isn't that big and obvious? I add it to my ship log. Or do I have to memorize them? I don't know if these are backwards or not. Is it flipped? Oh, okay. So it doesn't matter. It's always left to right. I'll take a screenshot of this just in case it's not in my ship log for whatever reason. Okay, they are. Cool. I guess let's go find that anglerfish again. I still feel like there has to be some kind of tell. I mean, the mod authors had to know where it was, right? For playtesting purposes. It wasn't like it was staying in place or anything, it was actively traveling. Make sure I actually get the scout in the right spot. I can see the airs when the scout crashes into them. It's kind of funny. Okay, it's this one. Maybe ship log updated. What didn't I know? I've already been here before. Okay, grab this, head to the train, wait for the whistle. Kind of like the Ash Twin, it still stops the music when you grab it. Now we get final loop music too. Didn't have that last time. Oh, it's gonna be harder to hear the whistle. The music playing. Oh, there we go. Okay. Metacore inserted. Did I read this text? I feel like I did. Core functionality. Fuel. It fell into the water. I actually haven't read the tour. Its lure was completely dark. Darkened lure is invisible, even in third eye. I can only see with the remote drone's camera. Oh, okay. Anglerfish is a perfect conduit for warpaths. I don't know what to make of this information. A minor setback. The angel select motions for finding episode discussing. Should still have enough time to finish everything before my claim finds me. So if I take a picture of the thing with the scout, it would have the light wouldn't have been visible. Okay. Cool. Now good, and the game does just show me the coordinates. Oh, well, that's probably it then. I knew I was missing something with the anglerfish. I'm glad that I just didn't read text that I was supposed to read. Oh, wait, no. Oh. Because of the warp effect, that's cool. Somewhere, somehow, a Nomad clan witnesses something once deemed impossible. If only there weren't a time loop. Okay, then. Well, I don't think there's any way to turn off the time loop here, so I guess that's the mod. Cool. He's successfully been on a rail. Power fail on a rail. That was a well, hour and a half long adventure. Very good. It still says there's more to explore at the refinery. Fish ate a warp core leading to the refinery, yep. I feel like that's a bug. I feel like we've seen everything. Dragon Lure appeared normal to the naked eye and was only visible to the remote drone's camera. Yeah. Unless there's like an Ernesto Easter egg in there, maybe. I feel like we've seen everything else. I guess we can double check one last time, now that I know the trick. People don't normally put ship logs for their Ernesto Easter eggs, but maybe that's why. I'll have to see how they did that that warping screen space effect. That was pretty cool. Okay. So for one that doesn't have a light in the scout camera. These all look normal. Wait. I see, there we go. That one doesn't have a light. Chip lock updated again. Anyway, that was gonna hide something, I'd hide something like here on the side, since normally you wouldn't be walking on the surface. Whoops. Didn't mean to activate that. Hopefully that's fine. Doesn't seem like there's any ghost matter in here. No, just a bunch of crystals. Not seeing anything suspicious. Cool. I'll leave then. Unless... No, we can't. We're stuck in here. Rest in peace. Alright. Accidentally used up the return warp without taking it, so then we're trapped. Cool, well I guess that was on a rail. That was pretty cool actually. I really like that one. Alrighty. We've done power fail. So I think diorama's next. Yeah, that was fun. I like that one. See, and do I have any updates? We do have one for Core Collapse. I'll go ahead and install that. In and out, quick 2-hour adventure. Diorama's one of the shorter ones remaining, I think. And then we have Core Collapse and Cosmic Curators after that, which are both longer ones. So we'll see if how much time we have. Hopefully we can get through like 2 of them this time. Chip log updated. Okay. Got a new platform. Miniature 1. Looks like a little house. Drop miniature 1. Can I insert? No. Okay. Here we go. Is there a miniature 1? There's a miniature, perhaps a diorama. No? That checks out with the mod name. Rotate. Oh. What's that? Interesting. Oh, is that... Was that my movement path? I think that was following my movement path, yeah. My ghost. Oh, I see. It's f-stop. Yeah, so if I step on this pressure plate, then this door opens. There's another rotating thing in there. So I rotate that. And wait for my ghost to come up and step on this pressure plate. Only the most recent one, yeah, probably. That would make sense. Keep this from getting too ridiculous. Okay, and now this one that moves that platform up over there. So can I pass through the wall to activate that pad down there? Is that what's gonna happen? It's me waiting for the first ghost. I guess technically the third ghost. Yep, go through the wall, rotate. Platform goes up. To verify that the time loop is functioning correctly, I tried visualizing the history from the previous loop. Please confirm it's working perfectly. First experimenting with a small miniature, but now I believe I can properly integrate it with the jam. I'm truly excited about the possibilities. Addendum. The clock is also working. The ability to manually turn it back to the initial time is convenient, but for example, when it gets to about 1 minute before the end time, the main time loop system activates and it becomes difficult to rewind properly. It's not omnipotent. The ability to manually turn it back to the initial time is convenient, but when it gets to about 1 minute before the end time, the main time loop system activates and it becomes difficult to rewind properly. So at the end of the May 22-minute loop, things stop working. Miniature 1 completion recorded. Okay. I can get a chance to read the other text. Well, we solved the first puzzle, I guess. This is a fun take on the miniatures mechanic. Kind of similar to how Radio Moon did it, but obviously very different vibe, and the puzzle's very different. Got the f-stop mechanic. So miniature 1. Where's miniature 2? Inside here, probably, right? Yeah, one of these things. I jump out. Yep, miniature 2. There we go. That's really miniature 3 over there. Oh. Gravity is a little bit wonky on that platform. Go figure. Miniature 2 inserted. Okay, this pushes us downward. This reverses that. Okay. Found something interesting in the time loop data. Meditation. Used properly, it might allow us to skip the idle time while waiting for interesting phenomena to occur. Wait, I tried it and it's quite useful. If I ever meet a traveler who doesn't know about meditation, perhaps I should teach them. Like the music? Yeah, it's nice. So let me record myself standing on this for a bit. And then reset. Meditator brings you to the end of your ghost. Yeah, that would make sense, probably. Oh, okay. I meditate. I think that just resets the loop as normal. Yeah, we're back here. Not sure if that's working correctly then. Are there any ship log errors? Not ship log errors, console errors. Not that I can see. Okay, well, we'll just try that again. So that's miniature 3. Let's do 2 first. I don't think we need to skip anything anyway. I think that would just be a convenient shortcut. Okay, so I think I need to step on this to activate this, and then I need to step off of it to invert that other one. Stand here for a bit. Stand here for a bit. Stand here for a bit. Alright. Step off for a bit. And reset. That should give us a sequence of flipping back and forth to work with. I don't know what to expect up here, but... Okay, there's 2 up here. Not sure what these do. I probably need to activate both. Does that activate this door here, maybe? That'd be my assumption. Oh, yep. Okay, good. I just happened to put in the right sequence to do that. Notable discovery. Learn an interesting property of meditation. Since it involves intentionally letting go of consciousness, the history recording seems to stop before vision is completely obscured. Not sure what this could be used for yet. Should be at least recorded from the backward singularity to proceed to the next loop. Yeah, I figure my strategy is stand on the button for 10 seconds, step off the button for 10 seconds, stand on the next button for 10 seconds, step off for 10 seconds. That seems to give enough time to move where we need to move. We'll see, maybe for miniature 3 we have to do something more sophisticated. Okay, so that was 2. Let's do 3. Okay, there's a long section going up here. There's a button flip gravity, but it's... Okay, there he goes. It does in fact flip gravity. It's a little bit jank when it determines whether it's activated or not. Okay, let me step off of it for a couple seconds. And then reset. Oh, there's 2 sides, so that's probably important. And we die. Okay, that makes sense. Well, that was the ending right there, though. So if I just read the text fast enough there, we win, right? So let me try the other side, but maybe I have to, like, time it just right. So rather than standing on the button indefinitely, I have to only stand long enough to get to the other side. And then flip the gravity so I don't splat. Would require timing it out. Like, Lobotomy Corporation to completion are now Project Moonfan. That means you lost your ability to read. That's true. Yeah, it's all over now. Okay. Up. There he goes. Yeah, this is a much shorter gap. Activate that. There's another button here. Oh. No gravity here. Almost no one actually uses that mechanic. Alright, I don't know what that button does, but let's find out. Where's my time ghost? I got no time ghost. Okay, I'll try that again then. So, activate. Activate this button. There we go. For a few seconds. This is barely clunky, yep. That's kind of funky. Activated that one for a bit. Reset again. So what does that do? I don't see any change here. I don't know what that second button does then. Just now reset that real quick. 2, 3, 4, 5. No. Okay, maybe if I feather it. Maybe that's what I need to do. Crunch indeed. If I just keep stepping on and off the button, it'll keep resetting my velocity. So I can kind of fall gradually up to the ceiling. That's my current thought process. Uh-huh. Okay. I step here, fall off. Step here, fall off. Step here, fall off. Step here, fall off. Stay here for a few seconds. Okay. Now let's see if that pattern does it. Kind of getting tumbled a bunch. Nope, still too fast. I'll need to actually, like, time it out. What does the even button even do? I don't know. I didn't see any changes when we went and stepped on that button for a bit. Even if this isn't the fully intended solution, I feel like it's cheesable. Also, versus gravity, that's why you don't activate it by just standing there? Possibly. One, two, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That didn't work at all. And it's really awkward with it being on the floor like that, so it resets to the ceiling and you get flipped around and keep getting kicked off. Okay, let me actually count it out. I just need to reset gravity once just before we're about to hit the ground. I don't have to keep going back and forth like that. So because it forces us to be suitless, it does get a little tricky. Okay. Is there a right way to stand on this so I don't get kicked off? There we go. So this is gonna kill me. But I can count out the time. One, 2, 3. Yeah, it's about 3 seconds before I splat. So if I just wait 2 seconds, then step back on for a second, cause you to flip and reset velocity, and then stand on it again. Just the one flip. Intentionally, at least. I'm sorry to the mod author if this is very much not the intended solution, but, okay. 1, 2, step off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No. I got stuck on the ledge there, didn't get a benefit from the fall. Now this can be done. Okay. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I was just a little bit too slow there. That was close. That would have worked. Stood on the button a little bit too long. Okay. This is very easy to reset. I'd probably be thinking about this harder if it didn't only take a few seconds to do another attempt. But it does go really quick. Okay. 3. Stood on the button too long again. I think coming out the button from the side like that seems to limit some of the weirdness. Feels like I mostly rotate, like, rightward instead of forward or backward. Whoops. Slammed into the first miniature too hard. That was a quick loop. Okay, another attempt. This time don't hit the diorama. There we go. All of a sudden I'm really bad at this. Okay. 1, 2, get off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Tier 3 completed. The jam I can manipulate both time and space within limits. This miniature world was created using that ability. That's not the jam's true essence, these are merely secondary effects. I created a diorama looking back at those scenes from long ago. To remember that I was indeed Nomai. Besides, there are limits to the puzzles I can create with imagination alone. In that diorama, I plan to make spacesuits reproducible as well. Wonder how much I can actually record. So even the camera device that separates from the spacesuit can be preserved in the history. Okay, so there's another diorama. Or we can use the spacesuit and the probe camera. Okay. So where is diorama 4 then? Is that it up there? Miniature tri-stars. Okay. Ooh. Fancy. You got a scroll. Everything's all grayscale. For the most part, that's fun. And now my vessel. We have our ship. There's a white hole. Weirdly comfy. Eh. What a miniature star system. Never expected the gaps between suns to be this small. I barely avoided warping directly into a sun, and still a crash landing. I intended to stop for supplies before meeting up with Kana, but visiting this bright spark system was a mistake. So this is bright sparks now? Okay, cool. It's funny, there's another jam mod that was also bright sparks. Addendum. The sky is covered with sparks, but they don't seem to cause electrical damage when touched. However, they form a solid membrane. Fly too high and you'll hit your head. To escape, we'll need to fix the vessel somehow. Toxic liquid flooding into our vessel was also unexpected. After all crew members evacuated safely, we salvaged useful tools, and the warp core survived intact. It's not all bad news. So grabbed some plants too, but it seems this white tree is somehow providing oxygen for the entire system. And a powerful tree. There's toxic liquid in the vessel. And we'll need to use the vessel to escape. White hole is a white hole, I assume. Yeah. Okay. Now the fun music. It's troublesome. The crash impact caused the vessel's internal warp activation panel to fall into the water. Well, I can generate the singularity here. Can we shoot something from above the water to activate the panel without direct contact? It wasn't designed that way. It was created when our ancestors visited a system where they were attacked by hostile robots, so they built it so that those machines couldn't activate it. And all died down. I've hastily built a detoxification function into my suit. It's too dangerous. That function hasn't been field tested enough. Please let us conduct more testing and improvements first, Ping. Now we're out of time and you know it, Neem. System suns will go supernova soon. All 3 of them. I want to repair the vessel quickly and observe this rare triple supernova, so I'm going down. Specifically, this panel can only be activated by organic lifeform connected to some Nomai computer. It's been designed exclusively for Nomai, but so far only Nomai have used it. So somewhere in the vessel there is a warp pad that only we can activate. We can't use the scout to activate it. But we will die if we do, because it's toxic. Only there is some way to repeat the loop and take advantage of a dead body pressing a panel somewhere. Now let me just preemptively reset that just in case, so we're not waiting forever. So maybe meditation is supposed to reset the whole loop. So you can just go back and use the ghost immediately. Okay. What is there to see on the vessel here? That's the force field, so we can't go that further that way. Is there an opening somewhere? Oh, there's the water. There's some kind of building over here. Ah, toxic fluid. I see. Don't jump in the toxic fluid. So now there will just be a ghost of us jumping into the fluid and drowning. Very cool. I guess this little diorama is a memory of Ping's. Okay. There we go. Yep. We do have the ship for whatever reason. looks useful for anything in here. Can't play through the barrier. Yeah, and it's just a solid shell. There's the suns. Some kind of connection thing connecting the suns. Oh. There's something else over here. There's a puddle in here. Warp pad in there. I don't know. We do have different music here. Some kind of building up there with white holes. There's little wires connecting them. Oh, we can land the ship on this thing. I think. Theoretically. Kind of difficult too. Okay. Any white holes here. Can we step into them? No. We can jump down though. Whoa. I don't know. Gravity keeps flipping. So how the artificial gravity set up here. Jump down too far. Yep. I see a switch there. And a reset. What does this do? Doesn't open that door. But it does something that way. So I'm supposed to use these to get around, it looks like. Is there another one that leads downward over here somewhere? Yeah, right here. Okay. 3 suns, 3 platforms, I see. We only have one ghost. Presumably. How do we do this? Let's see, more than one ghost. And scat doesn't activate it. And we start all the way back here. Okay. If they fly over here. Take this down. Press the button. I don't know for how long. There you go, press the button. Then go press the button again. Yeah, so we can potentially activate 2 at a time. How do we activate 3 at a time? to do multiple at a time? Well, we did touch all 3. And door didn't open. Yeah, we obviously expect us to reset something here. Oh, well, true. Each button opens a different door and we just can't see it from here. That does make some sense. Okay, we'll go try sitting at this door on the next loop and see what it does. That's true, I was just kind of assuming. You need to activate all 3 of them to open the door, but it doesn't necessarily have to be the case. Back out here. Can't actually shoot through those holes. Miasai's clan is conducting such experiments. That would be fascinating. Check the vessel's communication device later. Oh, sorry, I lost my composure. Now we could explain this phenomenon. First hypothesis. A completely fictional story created by the system's devices. That's possible. When we arrived in the system, we might have read our memories and constructed this on the spot. And this building was here when we scanned just before our arrival, so our vessel avoided crashing into it. I see. Another possibility. Though unlikely and seemingly absurd, I'll mention it anyway. Second hypothesis, brought from another parallel universe by the system's devices. Such a thing is possible? So, we could explore endlessly. Only mention it as a possibility, so don't get your hopes up. Besides, even if true, there'd be a price. For instance, it might sacrifice the system's 3 suns. Indeed, they appear to be absorbing something from the suns. Now, what's being collected is the jam. What I saw in that gap near the vessel's panels. Is that what this means? It's a bit of escapism, let me reflect. That gap is supposedly safe despite our measurement devices indicating danger. What a mysterious star system. In any case, let's return to the vessel. Sapin and the others want to explain their analysis results. Once it's being mentioned, we can check with ISAA using the vessel's communication device. Gap near the vessel's panels was safe despite the measurement devices indicating danger. So there is a safe gap near the vessel's panels. Plan to meet up with Kana. She'll send an official message soon for everyone to gather at the Blackrock system. Making a detour to the Bright Spark system for supplies beforehand. What are your plans? We plan to remain in our current system a while longer. Actually conducting experiments to extend our sun's lifespan, centered around Cedrus. Not sure if it'll work, but we built a clock tower and are conducting final tests. Please wait a bit longer. Fascinating. I have no intention of rushing you, so please don't worry about that. Nomai were originally nomadic, so I never expected all clans to agree to this gathering anyway. That's helpful. Regardless of the results, I plan to bring our findings to the future festival. We'll at least meet there in person, Neem. It's good to hear. Many stars have become unstable recently. The clan will be careful, and you should be too. Yes, likewise. See you later. Okay, clock tower that extends sun's lifespans. Cool, cool, cool. Warping on the ceiling is interesting, but I think we're at the top floor. So I think that's it here. Okay. Okay, we finally do have one of the final ship logs there. It still says there's more to explore. That's crazy. Miniature 1, Miniature 2, Miniature 3, flooded vessel, and my structure, underwater symbol. Those are the places discussed with their gaps in the underwater rocks. The interior is said to be safe even a measurement device to indicate danger. So Neem's Nomai clan flooded with harmful liquid. Panel to activate warp to the vessel's interior has fallen into the harmful water. Nomai tried to activate it wearing a neutralizing suit, but my suit lacks such functionality. Yeah, okay. I guess we're done with this structure. For now, at least. I assume this is not the safe water. Just to double check. No? I don't think we can quite fit the ship through here. We die if we hop out here. Yes, we do rapidly take damage. Okay. Good to know. But there is a thing through there. Okay. Okay. Well, that's thunder. I don't know if you guys can hear that through the mic. Probably not. Okay. So let's go look near the vessel. I think that's our next step. Look for this supposed safe gap. So there will be a hazard volume measurement. So the scout will say that's dangerous. Whoa. So the gravity happening here is... That's not safe. Oh, so this is what they did with the vessel's torn opening. Okay, I see the crack there, but not safe to swim in that. Those are not the safe spots. Stretch. And unfortunately, I'm starting to feel a bit woozy, so I may not be able to do another mod after this one. This might be our last one today. That's okay. We can do another one next week, and then probably another one the week after that. And then we'll be done. Any other potential openings around here? It seems like the vessel isn't modified from the... Alright, I can go underwater in the ship. That helps a little bit. Ooh, okay, that was a big thunder. think if there is an opening, it's probably where the vanilla opening is on the... Yeah, that one was really loud. That one was probably nearby. Oh, my power suddenly cuts out. It's probably from the thunderstorm. What's weird is it's thundering and lightning pretty hard, but it's not actually that overcast. The clouds aren't that thick. It's kind of unusual. Even still looks pretty bright out. Yeah, this doesn't look like a modified vessel mesh as far as I can see. Panels is it referring to? What do you think? So we like break in this spherical glass, is there? No. Nothing in the tail either. Most likely. There's got to be a little spot where the water isn't deadly. There's the bridge. Yeah, it's got to be like around here. No. Not sure where else. Let me double check the ship logs. I feel like I'm missing something. What did we learn there? Ancient anglerfish and wound up at Locomotion's refinery. Yes, we've done that. Place accessible through gaps in the underwater rocks. Chair is said to be safe. You have enough measurements. Danger. Yeah. Gaps in the underwater rocks. I guess we'll look for gaps in the underwater rocks. Which underwater rocks might it be referring to? I would assume these. Like, I feel like that should be that spot right there. It doesn't seem to be. Try coming at it from underwater. There's a panel here. And the music changed. So where does this go to? Somewhere in the vessel. I'm assuming that's the one that activates whatever warp platform is inside the vessel. We still have to figure out how to get inside. So we're gonna have to be able to get inside, find the warp platform, and then come out and die pressing that button. So that our other self can go in and activate the warp platform. I still don't know how we get into the vessel. Is that spot visible from the surface? A little air pocket. Okay, yeah, that's this. And somewhere around this rock, there should be an opening. Now I just keep dying in this spot, but I don't know how else to look. I guess I can fly around, see if there's anything else on this planet. It didn't look like it. I do like the grayscale effect, though. The grayscale effect's pretty cool. Okay, I need a stretch, regardless of health breaks. My neck is really sore all of a sudden. Just because all breaks are redeemed doesn't mean you shouldn't do it without it, yeah. Reminder if I haven't thought to take a break. No, that's the only way to take a break. Alright, I think it's just the sun pillars here on the equator, or on the equator. Here's the vessel's tail. Oh, my scout has been destroyed by the sun. That's unfortunate. Good to know that can happen. Yeah, I think it's just the stuff on the other pole, which you've already explored here. You know, we can pass through that hole in the center, but that just kills us. But the way the music changes, I assume we have to be here for some reason. Oh shit, that was loud. Is this like a room in there? I can't tell. Yeah, I mean, it's so bright out, it's so weird. I don't see any fires or anything, so hopefully lightning's not hitting anything important. And the way they say it, it doesn't sound like there's a button I have to press to reveal the gap in the rocks. feel like I'm just missing something I should have noticed already. Because that's definitely the panel that fell into the water. What is the gap in the rocks that is safe to traverse? Okay, so the gash in the vessel should be all around this rock here. There's no opening here, as far as I can see. There should be a spot around it that is open. Wedge the ship successfully. Okay, it doesn't seem like it's here. Is that opening big enough to fit through? Maybe. Definitely still burning in the water though. Just resetting is quick, as I've mentioned. Could be worse. Okay. Water. Yeah, that just looks like a little corner. I don't think that's meant to be traversable. That damages us. I don't know. Unless I'm wrong and the vessel is modified and there's an opening somewhere else that I've just have not spotted ever. This is where I'd normally ask for a hint if anyone here had already played it. I don't think there's anyone here who has. Have I been ignoring YouTube chat? Has there been any YouTube messages? Doesn't look like it. Cool. I just realized I hadn't been double checking that. Yeah, I should be live on YouTube. It's possible I need to fix streamer bot. Reconnect it to YouTube. They did have that big update and it broke a lot of stuff. And these rocks don't look particularly gap-like. This side. I can't tell what I'm looking at. That'd be too low anyway. And it's just the opening we've come through the top of a million times before, I think. Yeah. Right here. So what is this alleged gap in the rocks that's safe to traverse? I am sure as hell not seeing it. Doesn't look like there's enough room there for me to walk in. I don't know. I'm feeling very stuck. There's no, like, gaps in the surface rocks, right? I specifically said underwater rocks. Yeah, no, nothing on the surface rocks. Oh, I just realized. Do I just need to do this? Does that create a black hole that lets me warp into the vessel? Wouldn't think so. Maybe I have it wrong though, maybe that's not the next step in the puzzle. Might as well try. have a loop that we just beeline straight for that platform. Only there for a few seconds. I thought that cable led inside the vessel, not up to that warp platform. Okay. Try this again. Okay, there we go. Down into the water. What changes here? Guess this place is to be, it does. Yeah, that does activate the black hole here. Okay, that does take us into the vessel. So this patch of water that's safe? No. That damages us. Yeah, okay, standard vessel layout. So this is how we're supposed to get in, I see. So now we're unstuck. Oh. A little bit jank there. Let's share the vessel computer's analysis results. Focusing on the geology here, it appears the toxic liquid spread quite recently. Something abnormal is happening in the system. So focus on the suns. Some devices drawing energy from them, but since these suns have short lifespans, the energy balance seems disrupted. Is that alright? We really enjoy the music? Yeah, it's fun. We send objects into these suns, the energy will stabilize, the liquid will recede, and the vessel can be repaired. If we send objects into the suns, the energy stabilizes, the liquid will recede, and the vessel can be repaired. You can throw any objects into all three suns. Putting in too much would also disrupt the balance. Our simulation shows that two suns need small lantern-sized objects. And too much disrupts the balance. One sun requires an organic life form. Search for alternatives, but I haven't found any yet. I apologize. Any plan work? We have several by the vessel, right? Sure, you've been outmaneuvered. That solves it. Organic life form issue is resolved, but we must also be careful about the sequence. It's difficult to explain, but it seems to match the order of panels pressed into the Nomai structure behind us. We still don't know which sun requires the organic life form. I already know that. Ping told me earlier which sun receives special treatment. It was represented in symbols. Now let's begin the escape procedure. So we need to throw 3 things into the suns. 2 are lantern-sized. And then 1 needs to be an organic being. The symbol is different. So I'd assume that's why the scout gets deleted by the sun. We have to launch the scout into one of them. Okay, I see. So we have to launch the scout into one, throw ourselves into the one with the special symbol. Yeah, we're going to throw ourselves into that one as the organic being. And then the next loop version of us can launch a probe into the third one. And then we're good to progress. Does the ghost have a scout? We'll find out. I would assume so. Anything up here? Is this text? Is this new or is this the same text? I say, can you hear me? It's Ping from Neem's clan. I have something to ask. I can hear you, Ping. It's been a while. How are you doing? Fine, but our suns are about to explode, so I'll be brief. We've been researching stellar lifespans recently. Such an emergency. Well, we intended to try it in a system we visited recently. We went supernova first, so it's just an idea now. Sorry. Don't worry about the suns. Our core is intact and we have an escape plan. More importantly, did you build a clock tower? A clock tower? I see, that would have worked. Now our measurements failed, so we couldn't beat the supernova. That's a good idea. I'd just be interested in that. I thought. That possibility is correct then? Thank you, may I say. Let's see you sometime. Yes, hope we'll meet again at a festival or something. Yeah, so in a parallel universe, they were able to use a clock successfully. Clock tower. Whatever that is important for. Okay, and I assume probably there's supposed to be some liquid in here somewhere that's safe to traverse. There's also this black hole. I don't want to step in that quite yet, though. Is it this? No, that hurts. Is it near the panels? I mean, if this isn't near the panels, I don't know what is. That all still hurts, so you have none of that. Okay, this takes us back out here. Yeah, I still don't know what they mean by there's water that's safe. None of this water seems safe. Even the historical version, we can activate the panel, yep. So when the sun's energy can eliminate the harmful liquid, 2 suns need small entrances objects, and the remaining one needs an organic life form. Penguins communicating with the clan, basically work the clock tower, some possibility was supposed to be correct. Order for sending objects into the 3 suns match exactly the order of pressing panels into the nomai structure behind. And there's a symbol. Okay. So the suns do have different icons. There's an X, there's a diamond, and there's a triangle. I don't know how that symbol tells us which one we need to throw ourselves into. Unless these symbols are displayed somewhere else. I don't see any on this side. Yeah, I don't know. Trial and error, yeah, potentially. I don't want to do that, but it's possible. I know the order since I told you, yeah. Place accessible through gaps in the underwater rocks. Interior set to safe unit measurement device indicate danger. It says underwater symbol. That implies to me that somewhere there's a place to see a symbol that tells us something. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe near the vessel there's an underwater symbol displayed. Maybe that's what it is. It's not for entering the vessel. Just for seeing something. Oh, wait. Gap in the underwater rocks, hello? Aw, I found that completely randomly. Okay, looks like a fuel reading. Saw this through the gaps in the rocks and couldn't help but come. What is this? 3 symbols connected to something. Compared to the 3 abstract ones, the central symbol is clearly more concrete. Jam? I want to see it that way. I can't see it as anything else. Setting aside what jam means, looking at the 3 symbols, only the triangular one appears emphasized. What does this signify? This layout resembles a star system structure. 3 symbols each represent a sun with Jam at the center, perhaps it's displaying energy. Still, to think there are places left to explore in this dying universe. I've heard my ancestors' exciting exploration records since childhood, but in this era, there are only dead stars and meaningless debris or broken asteroids. Ah, this is truly delightful. Wait, the detoxification function is failing. Good thing I can repair it here. Well, the space seems to have lower toxicity, that's why I survived. Maybe it's related to the tree directly above. That makes sense. Yeah, the triangle's highlighted. Okay, so we know we have to throw ourselves into the triangle. Good to know. Can I get back into the ship? No. Well, technically yes, but posthumously. Okay, let's just double check the order then. And I think we can go for it. Okay. Yeah, so I was just confused and looking in the wrong places for a while there. But it's fine, we've rectified our misunderstandings. And it seems relatively straightforward from here. Yep. I'm glad I got unstuck. This would be kind of embarrassing to be stuck there for hours and never progress. Okay, so first one is here. That's diamond. Second one is X's. Third one is triangles. Okay. So first we launch a scout into... Oh, wait. Yeah, diamonds. Scout is lost. Then we launch ourselves into... Wait. No, triangle's last. So I need to wait for my future self to launch a scout into X's. And then we need to fly ourselves into triangles, and thrusters are broken. That's why I can't fly. Oh. You know what? We'll try again next loop. Diamond X triangle. Hopefully this works. I assume we can use our past scout. It'd be kind of weird if we couldn't. Okay. So what are we looking at here? I should probably use the ship for this. Diamonds. Diamonds are the first one. Yeah. And then is this triangles? Yeah. So this should be X's. Yeah. So future self will go shoot a scout into X's. And then we will launch ourselves into triangles. There we go. So then we, on this loop, need to go launch our scout into X's. After our past self has launched the scout. But before they've thrown themselves into the sun. So we're coming back this way. Okay, so that should theoretically be good now. One should recede once past self enters triangle. Theoretically. Oh. Okay, just instantly vanishes, sure. Okay. Oh. Interesting. This is Jam. Hey, don't get any closer. It's clearly dangerous. Besides, the vessel repairs are complete. You just need to board and escape. Want me to let this slip away? Chance to bring still living star systems from parallel universes? Chance for infinite exploration like our ancestors had? I understand your feelings completely. I too was thrilled hearing our ancestors' records. Like you, I despaired at this era's dying universe filled with dead stars and meaningless asteroid debris. But I'm the leader of this clan. I must prioritize my companion's survival. Can't let you die so easily either. Even so, I'm staying here. Using Nomad technology, I can improve energy efficiency and expand the jam's capabilities. Or possibilities. I understand the logic. The species that created these devices was still developing in areas other than jam. You say it's possible, but still. Then let me do this. I declare independence from Neem's clan as Ping's clan. I see. Then following Nomad principles of non-interference with other clans, I can't argue strongly. My clans have always branched off this way, each creating new technologies. But promise me this. Come to the festival, please. I'm not sure I can make the next one, but I understand. Goodbye, Neem. Meet again someday, Ping. Well, Neem's vessel escaped safely. I've stabilized the jam, too. The supernova is unavoidable. I want that supernova energy, so that's fine. The problem is that my physical body will die. What to do? Then let me become one with the jam. Okay. We can launch ourselves through the jam. Our ship is freaking out a little bit. Is there anything else else to see in here? The ship platform. Where are we? I guess we're inside the planet somewhere, technically speaking. That's funky looking. Main room of the mod jam? Yeah, but it's not the same one. It looks like it's a copy. Because normally it would have other interactables in it. So I guess he's copying that one on. Oh, and that's the effect from when you break space-time. That's what that is. Fun. Yeah, there is a note in my handout. I just want to check everything else first. These are my memories. They might be from another universe or creations. Perhaps not even real anymore. I can't tell. That is the Ash Twin Project. Jam alone cannot escape a universe destined to die. But with this, within infinite loops, I can summon new parallel universes each time the sun dies. Among those, I noticed your existence. Unlike me, who became one with the Jam, you must move your own feet to learn. Despite that, you possess curiosity that rivals mine. Too vast to be contained within that dying star system. I was delighted to find a kindred spirit. That's why I called you. I gathered many explorable worlds, mods, summoned infinitely from parallel universes, wanting to invite you there. So now mods are canonically parallel universes. Fun. Come, let's explore the infinitely expanding mod jam forever in this Outer Wilds world. I see what they did there. Okay. So that's the thing. Is the audio cutting out for you on stream, or is it just me? Because I think the black hole audio mucks with my headphones. I don't like it. I see, so this is Ash and Ember Twin. That's what those models are. Cool. Guess your voice is a bit weird to get close, but otherwise it's working fine. Cool. Yeah, it is blowing out the audio capture. It's very loud. And all bassy. Okay, well I assume that was it. Water symbol, jam. You've discovered the jam. This is the center of the Bright Spark system. It gathers energy from surroundings and can summon objects from parallel universes. And my name Ping decided to stay with the jam, separating from the clan. Escapes the overnight destruction, Ping chose to become one with the jam. To gain infinite time, Ping connected with the Ash Twin Project, eternally summoning new exploration sites through jam within time loops. I, who also endlessly seeks exploration, was recognized by Ping as a kindred spirit. Thus continue enjoying new mods obtained through jam together with Ping. This mod about Ping's memories ends here. Now which mod shall we explore next? There we go. Cool, so I guess that was Diorama. Yeah. Diorama interface, that tiny speck. That was cool. I like both of the mods we played today. Monorail and Diorama. So the problem is I could go for like maybe another hour, but the two mods we ever made here are going to be like 3-hour mods. So I don't really want to start them today. So we'll probably just call it here, I think. And I'll try to play one of them at a time in subsequent weeks. Unfortunately, next Saturday, I do have something early in the afternoon. So I won't be able to stream super long, but maybe if we start early, we can get through all of it. Or maybe I'll swap it with the Sonic stream. So I can go a little bit longer on Sunday, but not by much. I don't know, we'll figure it out. But cool. Those are pretty good mods. There's so much great options this jam. Like, so many fantastic entries. The community knocked it out of the park this time. Alright. We've done Cake, Bright Spark, Apollo's Planet, Catastrophe, Scale of the Universe, Project Arc, Under Iridium Moon, The Mystery of a Kenneth on My Cat, Honor Rail, Power Fail, Hearthing Parable, Diorama, and Helios Study. So we just have Core Collapse and Cosmic Curators left. And it's kind of perfect because Cosmic Curators was 3rd place. So I'm really looking forward to that one. So we'll end up playing that one last, which feels appropriate. We've already played Helios Study, or else I'd say we played the save the best for last. Also, I think it's very telling that those are the first 2 submitted mods and are also the top 3 rated. It sounds like the teams just had a very good idea of the scope that they were making, so they could finish early and then spend more time doing polish, whereas a lot of other mods were kind of rushed at the end. It said it was the one where you can move planets, yeah. Yeah, that was the one. That had a lot of stuff, and it was very well polished and made. Alright. Yeah, let's wrap it up. Let's see. Suppose we can look for a raid target. See if anyone else is playing Outer Wilds today. I need to go... I don't know, maybe I'll just lay down and take a nap or something. Yeah, no one of my followers playing Outer Wilds. No good friends in the streamer list. I do see a few VTubers playing the game on the category, but most of them aren't English language, so I think we'll just do an offline raid. Or maybe just end stream. We did do a train. That's true. Sure, why not? Alright, thanks for being here, Yahazu and Carrick, and Vodblink, and Zen, and anyone else who's lurking. Appreciate all of you. Thanks for stopping by. We will play more Sonic Frontier DLC tomorrow, and then I'll figure out what we're doing exactly next weekend, but most likely we play a jam mod and more Sonic. So yeah, look forward to that. As usual, this VOD will be up on YouTube. I'll timestamp the 2 mods we played for anyone who's watching the VOD later. And yeah, see y'all next time.